Many Mormons who end up leaving the church often hear you can leave the church, but you can't leave it alone. I've heard that several times. And as I've been on this process and trying to figure it all out, I think I finally figured out why that is true. First, let me say this. Leaving the church, and in this case the Mormon church, I think like any other paradigm shift you may be going through, it's a process. Leaving the church was not something I could just easily walk away from. And it could have been because everyone in my family was a member of the church. Or maybe it's because I live in a very predominant Mormon culture, Utah. Maybe it's because I spent the better part of 35 plus years fully ingrained and living the Mormon lifestyle. I think it's probably all of the above. And so when you have something that is that ingrained and a part of you, and you can't just walk away from it and leave and never deal with it again, because it's everywhere I go. It's with my family. It's standing in line at the grocery store, listening to people talk about teaching their Sunday school lesson on Sunday. It's hearing the people behind me at a restaurant talk about the young men's activity they just did. It's everywhere. And so I don't think it's so much that I can't leave it alone, because I don't feel like I'm trying to recruit people out of the church. The purpose of all of this is to help people who have gone through it, all of these blogs that I'm doing with you. But it's also fascinating to me that the church can have a certain image that they portray, yet it's so not like the truth of it. And I guess that's what really pisses me off. Like, for example, just the other day, I went to go see the Joseph Smith movie at the Joseph Smith Memorial Building in Salt Lake City. It might have been just self-torture, I don't know. But nonetheless, I went to go see it now from this perspective. And I sat in a beautiful theater in a beautiful building and watched Joseph Smith portrayed, well, as a saint. And the part of me that has a hard time letting go is, but that's what I was taught. The image that I saw across the screen is the image that I believed. And as I research and study and find out that that isn't the whole truth, that's the part that really pisses me off. That's the part that I just think, why is this okay? Why is it okay that we're given such the sanitized version, the happy, shiny people version, when that's just not the truth? So yes, I guess it's, as far as I'm concerned, my interest in studying it out and figuring it out, something that I took so blindly as being true, and it's not. So yeah, I guess I can't leave it alone, because 35 plus years of something being a part of me, it's hard to just shut the door on it and never look back. It's a fascinating story of how this church is still going strong today with all of its, I don't want to say imperfections, we all have imperfections, and that's not the part that bothers me. The part that bothers me is more of the cover-up. But I want to say, as you're going through this process, it's often like Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grieving. It's so what I go through. Denial, completely. When I first started going through this, I'm like, no. I'm just going to keep believing how I believed. I really tried to do that. It doesn't work. Anger, yes, absolutely. Anger, frustration, bitterness, resentment, it's all there. Bargaining, oh, well, maybe I can make it work. Let's see if I can just not think about this. I'll make it work this way. It doesn't work that way. Depression, a huge part of it. Feeling like my whole world turned upside down. I spent many days in bed crying and grieving over the loss. Feeling like I lost a part of me. It is a huge loss. It felt like a huge loss at the time. And then, of course, acceptance. Feeling like, okay, I got it. Now I'm dealing with reality. Now I'm dealing with the truths that I've discovered. Now I can move on. Now that doesn't mean I don't bounce back and forth between different stages that I've gone through. I don't think I'm in denial anymore. Sometimes I do get angry when I think of how my whole life, not that I had a bad life, but just that every decision was made on the beliefs that I was raised in. I get really angry at that. I get angry that it affected relationships, and that frustrates me. I always come back to acceptance and being okay with it. And I think as long as I kind of recognize the process that I'm going through, I'm okay with the process, because like I've said before in other videos, I feel like it is helping and shaping me be a better person. So I am glad that you have listened to my video, and I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, sign up for my newsletter on my blog, soulsearchinggirl.com, but most importantly, I want you to trust yourself. I want you to take the time that you need to nourish your soul and to be okay with where you are upon this journey. Never forget to trust yourself.